Hello, everyone. The weather is getting colder. We're in the middle of October, and it is time to play some chess. Let's continue our glorious run. Let's challenge someone in the 1510. Um, again, the goal is for this to be both entertaining and instructive. And let's try d4 for this one. C6, usually they play C6 to prepare D5, but occasionally they can do D6 as well. Let's go into the Slav world. If they want to play it C4, they'll play D5. I suspect D6. Okay, so we can play this in many ways. We can bring this knight out and play E4. We can play E4 right away. We can bring both knights out. We can fianchetto. Let's play knight c3 and see what black has in store for us. Again, black has many different setups here. Knight f6 followed by pawn g6 is possible. Trying to prepare e5 is an interesting way to play something like knight here, queen here, pawn e5 idea. H6 is a chess move. It's not the most exciting chess move, but okay, let's bring out the knight and see what happens. Knight f3. Again, pawn f6 exists. Knight d7 exists. This bishop need to come out. The problem is this one should probably go this way, but h6 followed by g6. It's fine, but black has to be a little careful. This bishop's best move might be to trade itself, like here and here. Black is already spending quite a bit of time here. Okay, so g6, as expected. This is finally coming into the game. And the ultimate question is, what setup are we aiming for? Do we want this bishop here? Do we want it here? What do we do with this guy? Probably he belongs here, so let's put him there. So, 4. Okay, of course. Now we can play 3 or e4, both are playable. Let's stay with the more solid setup with e3. And we'll bring our bishop here, and we will castle. Okay, normal chess. Occasionally this knight can try to trade itself with the bishop. This bishop is not amazing here anyway. Again, I could have also played in the queen c2 way, which would have, instead of e3, which would have made castling a little bit harder. Perhaps this would have been the best way to play, but okay, well, we'll just develop and play chess. Okay, so he wants this trade immediately, which is probably not ideal. So let's drop back. If he takes, we take with the pawn. This is not great for black, because now castling becomes a little bit more of an issue. He thinks he has 2 bishops, so at least he has that going for him. He might not castle even. Okay. I'm pinned for now. I can unpin immediately. Something like queen c2. Queen c2 would be interesting, actually. And then maybe something like knight h4, just to see what's happening with possible ideas of sacrifice. Okay, let's play queen c2. See what happens. The logic of knight h4 is then the threat is bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes. It forks several things. Okay, he took right away. Just to get us back, It works less well with the knight here because there is the bishop takes knight trade, so that's why I wanted this first. Okay, obviously. Um, okay, and he challenges the center. Okay, so the question is, does the sacrifice work? The answer is probably not. Bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes. He'll move the king to f8, and the bishop is defended. That, I mean, I can get a third pawn from that, but maybe it's enough. So the logic again. So pawn takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes. King moves queen here. I get pawn number 3 over here, so I get 3 pawns. His king is open, but I don't think I have enough pieces left to actually attempt to checkmate. Which means I probably should not do this. Interesting question is, what if I take and just attack both this pawn and this pawn? I don't think there is an easy way to defend. So let's go for that. So we'll take, pawn takes, and then queen here. So this is a bit of an issue because this is double attacked, this is attacked. So something is going to fall. So this might give me both pawns, because then the knight has to move, and he has to move here, and then I get a second pawn. But it might be more simple to just take here and go into the endgame being out of pawns. So I'll take a more cowardly way out, I guess. I'll just win a pawn this way. This is objectively better, but it's more complicated because well, okay, so he doesn't trade. So I don't have time to take here because he trades queens. So I could trade queens on my own and just play this game being up. It's a little bit complicated though, now that I'm thinking about this, because takes. He has ideas of e5. He has ideas of knight here, which is a little bit annoying actually. Maybe this would have been better on the previous move. 5 is coming anyway. So, alright, let's trade queens. And maybe we'll play king e2. Also after e5. Okay. So, we play king e2. We could also castle. Okay. Maybe castling makes the most sense. Okay, let's castle. And I need to visit the restroom. Well, I'll visit the restroom after this move. He wants to trade. I will let him. In fact, I will encourage that. And I need to go to the restroom. I'll remove this. Okay, so let's see what's going on. At some point, I need to start pushing the spawns. I can start doing it immediately. I can activate my rook, but there is no need to. I can bring my king into the middle. Let's push the pawns though. E4. So white is up a pawn. Black has a small compensation because of this bishop against the knight. I don't want to trade. I will push, and the reason I push is because he tries to undermine me. I'll talk about this in a second. This is a very good pawn if I'm able to preserve it. So he wants to take, and then he wants to take this guy. I might be able to take. No, knight takes is illegal, as I just realized. Because of the pin. Okay, so I don't want to spend time on this, but I probably have to. I can also do this, but then this rook is stupid and will have to move again. So it probably makes sense to do this immediately. Okay, so let's take back. He pre-moved pawn takes pawn, which brings up a question. What if I did something crazy? Well, too late. This is a great pawn. His bishop became quite a bit worse because he's locked in on this square. And the plan is to make this rook do things somehow. Probably move my king. Figure out where to put this knight. The king probably belongs in the middle, so I suspect this is probably where the king should go. So we will send him there. And then the rook will come to the middle. I do not see this. I mean, I guess he's trying to activate that. Okay. Okay, let's activate the king. I'm expecting this. He plays that right away. Okay. Alright. Well, let's put this in a light square. Nothing special here. G4 might be a move right now because of pressure here and because... Okay, this is defended. So I suspect G4 exists. And it's probably good. Obviously he cannot take because of this. So let's play G4. He can put a bishop here, but I'm up 2 pawns. 2 pawns should count for something. And yeah, but I just get a pawn out of this. Let's see. I'm trying to play G5, but then everything is just blocked. Yeah, he plays G5, but that's not good. This rook can come here now. This bishop is blocked. Yeah, let's just bring this rook around. I mean, then this rook can come here, but I guess I can challenge it. So let's put this rook here. The plan is here. If he has to defend, that's not a great rook. Okay, so that was expected, so let's offer a rook trade. So let's pre-move. This is still going to happen. Unless I go pick this one up. Okay, so probably should. Yeah, let's go get this one. My plan is playing quite fast. If you notice, he started with 15 minutes, and now he has more than 15 minutes. Which means he's playing too fast. Which also explains why he's down 2 pawns. This is not scary. I can take right away. I probably should, because otherwise he defends. So let's take. Oh, the threat, yeah, okay. So obviously it's not my fork. Okay, so now I need to decide where my pieces go. At a certain point, he'll come and try to take this pawn. I can try to transfer my knight around. The question is, though, if I do that, my rook does not seem to actually be doing anything at all. It's a very, very stuck rook. So what else can we do? I mean, I can just drop the rook back and get ready to defend. Maybe I should do this. And probably this square can also go here and here. Yes, that makes the most sense. So let's go into that setup. Let's do that. Also, this kind of exists because of this pawn. But he can block with the bishop. So the question is, do I want his bishop here? The answer is probably not. So let's defend. And again, I'm not scared. I'm up to pawns. I'm not scared if he moves the bishop and goes here because I'm perfectly okay with this. Okay, so I need to activate my king. I need to make this guy do things. So, I can bring him here, which is okay. Yeah, let's start with that, actually. The other point is this might possibly exist right now. What? Why? I mean, that makes the bishop worse. I'm very confused by this. So... And my stomach is causing issues again, so I do need to go to the restroom, so I will actually do it right now. I'll be right back. Alright, my apologies. Okay, so let's figure out what's going on. Rook check followed by this should probably be good, so let's do that. One point to note is this pawn is actually restraining this bishop quite a bit. He would, in a way, he might have preferred for this pawn to be gone. Because a lot of the diagonals of this bishop are restrained. I don't think he realizes this is a fork. It's a fork. But I guess his point is that this happens. So is there a point to this check or not? I don't need to do anything yet. I can just sit and defend for now, which I will probably do, because I can always take this later. Let's do this first. Bring the king. Let's defend this pawn. Now, if I take, oh, then the king actually thinks he can like do things, which is amazing. I'm pretty sure he cannot. So, okay. So I can check. I should probably check, right? Okay, so let's check. The logic is it forces the king away from everything, although he can come from behind, but I can just defend right away. So let's do this. Let's pick up pawn number 3. His bishop does get, okay, fine, but that's not scary because my king can just defend. I mean, my rook can defend. I mean, yeah, but that's one move chess. So my knight can probably go here. But then the question is, do I want to deal with his rook coming? The answer is probably not. So let's play it more safely. Let's just do this. What is he doing? I don't know what this king wants. But I wonder if I can build the maiden map. Okay, so he has those 2 squares. And he also has this one. So I cannot build it. Okay. Push, and it's not needed yet, right? Okay, so how do I win this? I have 3 points. Probably something needs to be pushed, right? So let's start pushing things. Alright, let's push this. What? I mean, I can do this with tempo and push and queen. He's playing really fast here, so fine. So let's push queen then. I don't know what that was. Is that a checkmate? Is this a checkmate? That's a checkmate. Okay. So, wow. That was very interesting. Computer claims I had one mistake. What my opponent did here was really weird with the running of the king. Okay, let's run game report and see what it thinks. I know you cannot see it, but chess.com just celebrated the fact that I checkmated with a pawn. So, good job, me. Okay, so I wonder. It thinks I had one missed win. So something happened over here. I wonder what. Okay, so let's see. So d4, c6, c4, d6. So far, so good. Knight c3, h6. Chess.com keeps changing things. So apparently, yeah. So it was very hard to keep excellent as blue, so they changed it to green to confuse everyone. Okay. It would have been much better if they kept it as blue, but okay, fine. h6, knight 3, g6. So far, so good. So far, so good. Okay, and they also changed the thing for some crazy reason. The point of h3, by the way, is to preserve this bishop. I did not think it needed to be preserved, but apparently computer disagrees, right? Yeah, computer disagrees by a little bit. Okay, so now h5. Okay. Dropped back. Takes. Bishop g4. Okay, everything makes sense. He took, we took, d5. So it wants to sacrifice. Interesting. It wants to sacrifice again. I knew I was getting 3 pawns, but I did not feel that I needed to go for that. In fact, it's very, very slightly prefers the way I played this. And of course, although it's very similar, at least at this depth. Again, this gets an extra pawn, but it keeps queens on the board. So trade. The pawn of f4 is the exact thing that I was talking about. Black would like to play e5 to open up the bishop and the rook, and oh, that's a drunken rook. And so f4 stops that. And again, he needs to play e5. This doesn't do anything. Okay, so, and again, computer kind of wants him to play f4. Okay, so rook c8, e4, e5, d5. Okay, this all makes sense. Computer wants to move the king just so that my knight can move. It's pinned right now. This is fine though. It takes. Yeah, and the idea again is to do something like this. That's the point of the move. Okay, so maybe bringing the king in this way is better. Okay. Okay. G and G4. G4 is best. The might is significantly better now. And yeah, this just drops a pawn. Okay, my move was fine. Okay, it wants to just move the rook immediately. Okay, trade. I thought this was good. Computer believes this one is slightly better, but okay. So the king moves, takes bishop g5. Wants to push right away. Interesting. It wants to sacrifice a pawn and get a knight on this square. The reason for that is the knight attacks the king, and the king needs to protect the bishop, and it's kind of hard. So, but the downside here is this pawn then would have to be defended for a little bit. So my move is obviously good. It's plus 5.6. The other one is even better. Okay, so he attacks my pawn. I defend. Okay. And the knight comes around. And again, the point of this move is just to go pick up more pawns, maybe show up on this square, which is, of course, very good. He moves the bishop, which apparently is fast. Okay, so check, check. Okay, so it doesn't want to bring the king right away. It thinks we should check first. Okay. And now we do that. Takes, defend the pawn, move the knight, push the pawn. So knight d1 is a checkmate in 3. Yeah, but this super wins. Because at least something queens or we win a full rook. So once I see this, I'm not spending extra time to see if something else exists. Okay, and obviously this leads to a checkmate. Okay, so we beat a somewhat stronger opponent than usual. We got our rating to 1200, 1250. The opponents are going to get harder, so I hope the games will become even more instructive. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, please subscribe, please comment if you have any ideas for me, and have a great day.